It's morphin' time! Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review. Today we'll be wrapping up Wave 2 with the Beast Morphers Red Ranger. I didn't mean to leave poor Beast Morphers Red at the end of the video list. It's just I was more excited about Magna Defender, the first female Ranger of the line, and the Gold Ranger than I was Beast Morphers Red. This is not to say he's a bad figure. In fact, he's a good figure, and we'll take a look closer at that. First things first, this is the poster that was included with pre-orders from Hasbro Pulse. You've heard this spiel 3 other times, we've been keeping up the videos. It has a little 4-panel art with Beast Morphers Red here. On the back, bios for each of the characters. Beast Morphers Red. Devin Daniels is a gamer and hacker who acts on instinct and always trusts his gut feeling. While Grid Battle Force HQ is under attack by Evox, Devin, who broke into try the battle simulator, steps up to stop the evil virus. Using MorphX, his DNA is merged with the Cheetah and becomes the Red Ranger. Very nice, very detailed origin story for Devin. Now, of course, this is our first, main red from a current show. Power Rangers Legacy Collection from Bandai never got to this level of let's make the current season. Before we forget, box art looks nice. I like the pose on the back. It looks really cool and very accurate to the series and stuff. Okay, moving on. So anyways, this is our Red Ranger of the current season, which I'm glad he's out so early. He is 3 per case, so very available, which is pretty awesome overall. Now the head, actually, really good. I didn't think this looked good in the promotional images, but this actually turned out pretty good in hand. This does look like Devin. This does look like Rory Chavez. It is very much a very nice head sculpt. I think it's probably one of the better ones in the line, but overall, really nice unmasked head. Really no complaints, and so there's not much else to talk about. So popping that off camera, dropping the helmet here. Here's the helmet. We'll get that on there. And yeah, so here's Beast Morphers Red. Now, instantly, we're always going to end up comparing to SH Figure Arts when there is one. I don't have the Red Buster figure art. They didn't make the whole team, so I didn't really want to get all of them after a certain point. So I don't have him, but I do have the basic figure. This is the basic Hasbro, I guess 6-inch Beast Morphers Red. So this is our first, real side-by-side Hasbro Basic to Hasbro Lightning. They're the same height. This is actually really cool because it means the villains do cross over if you'd like. But you can see, same basic height, which is pretty awesome. I do really like the fact that they are the same size, which means some figures from the basic line could work with the Lightning if you want to mix them in. Perfectly doable, and honestly, really cool. And the thing is that this was a really good figure, so I was wondering how they could up this and its texture. The actual texture of the legs is a lot more, there's a lot more of a grainy texture to it compared to the much more smooth nature of this. But overall, and this is a much more, this is a more of a cartoony style. This is more of a photoreal style. The Red Buster suit looks a little, this looks a little bulkier, and the shoulders, I think the shoulder's a little too wide. But overall, these are both very good versions of this character. So really nice. So moving along, let's take a look at this. One of my biggest problems with this whole figure is this piece. This is the harness piece. If you remember on Gold in yesterday's video, it was kind of loose. But it was loose, it could come off, but it was, solid. It stayed where it was. This just moves all over the place. It's too soft and it's too easy. It just comes off super easy. I feel like it needs to be a little bit stiffer and maybe glue the back piece down. I think leaving the arms, the armholes, I think leaving those loose was good for the articulation, like these parts. But I feel like you just glue that there, then these can still move, and then you don't have as much of an issue, because it ends up just getting in weird places. That's my biggest problem with the figure. Other than that, very nice. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't have much of a neck, but checking the suit, checking the show again, it's kind of how the suit is. Just there's not much clearance there. The Morpher is really well done. Thought that was pretty good. It's got the same amount of paint that the basic figure does, which is a testament to the basic figures. And they did actually put in the zipper stripe, which was missing off the basic Beast Morphers Red. So that's pretty nice. Now, overall, same articulation as pretty much every figure, so let's just go through this. Side to side, up, down, shoulders, out, forward, back, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. There we go, double jointed elbow. Wrist, pivot inward, outward, rotate, torso, forward and back crunch. This one's not too far forward, not too far back. It's a little bit more limited. Hips, move out that far, forward, back, thigh swivel, double jointed knee, boot rotation, forward, back. I said those were in reverse, all that. So you got that going on. Overall, nothing too crazy. The cool part he gets is a lot of cool accessories. So first up, let's talk about the elephant in the tiger room, or the cheetah room, I should say. That is the Cheetah Blaster. Now this is basically the similar mold to this one, except the paint is less. The little black part here is painted, the tail is painted. Here, none of that. It's actually got less paint, which is really weird, and the design's slightly different as well. I don't really know which one's more show accurate at this point, but you can see they're about the same size too, so that's really strange. The other thing that's strange is he's not used the Cheetah Blaster outside the Megazord cockpit. So the thing is that I will say in this regard is that, okay, it's fine to make, you know, blaster only, or cockpit only blaster, but make the helmet as well with the extra Cheetah visor. That doesn't exist, so it kind of feels weird for me to use the blaster. It's nice in inclusion, but again, if the show actually has him use the blaster outside the cockpit, tell me, people from 2024 that are looking at old videos of Power Rangers while trying to survive the apocalypse, if that happens, cool, but for now it just kind of feels like a weird inclusion, and I would have preferred the standard, like, camera style blaster instead, just because he doesn't use this one outside the cockpit. Other weapon, I should say, in other hand, is the Beast X Saber. Looking spiffy, nice paint detail here, definitely. Great work on the blade. This is always kind of a weird sword, because it always looks like it's supposed to, that's the side of the blade, but then it just doesn't match what you should look at. Here they have it, you know, facing downward, which I also like that kind of idea that this is a sword that's small enough that you can kind of do a reverse grip on it. It's like if he's running through enemies at cheetah speed, which, you know, totally possible to pose him in, a lot better than what I just did. You've got that option too, but I really like using him with the sword. I feel like that is kind of quintessential to the character, which is pretty nice. And I do like the open hand here, which kind of gives him a more dramatic gesture. It does come with another fist, and the only reason I could see, if I can get the hand off, that's the trick here, is the fists kind of, like, it does feel like a standard inclusion and there's like nothing else, but you can kind of do the Buster's Ready Go pose, which I think is the best part, because you couldn't even do this with the figure art. But you see, look at that, I did that super crude, but that's just, look at that. So Go Busters fans, if you're out there like, oh man, I want my Go Busters figures to be able to do cool stuff that the figure arts couldn't, there you go, my friends. There you go. You can do the Buster's Ready Go. He's got the articulation, those butterfly shoulders working in overtime, but that's just fantastic. I'm super happy about that. So switching him back to, you know, normal attack posing, which is, I love how tight the hands are, but sometimes I hate how tight the hands are. The hands on Shadow Ranger started to loosen up a bit, which is good. It's not like they're falling out, but they're not that tight. I think that's just a result of brand new figure. Putting him in, I'm a lot more careful than pulling him out. Pulling him out seems fine. But yeah, so you can also do kind of like that same kind of pose. A lot of poses that Red Buster and the Beast Morphers Red Ranger do are very much like crossed arm poses. So it's really nice to be able to do this when the figure art was just like, nope, solid torso. So this is really, really nice. And to top that all off, let's just throw in the effect. This is like a Morph X effect, but it looks really cool. It's not just like lightning. It's like actually like specific to this Ranger or this series, and I really like it. I really like it a lot. And overall, I really do like this figure. I think for a lot of it, for me, it is more like wish fulfillment from Go Busters. Just because I did love Go Busters, and I was disappointed in the way the figure arts are done. That's because, you know, they're Sentai figure arts, and they're just generally disappointing. So this is really nice. This is really nice to have. You can kind of pose them like Red Buster. You could pose them like Beast Morphers Red. You can pose them as Devin specifically with the extra head. So overall, I'd call this a great success. And on top of that, we also have, you know, Beast Morphers Gold, so the two of them are ready to take on Evox and his minions, or, again, dystopian people from 2024 telling me that, oh yeah, no, the villain switched halfway through the series and it's no longer Evox and you're just in the past, man. Well, it's because it is in the past. Literally, this video, from the second it's uploaded, is already from the past. So, hello, future. Anyways, I'm really happy we got 2 Beast Morphers Rangers in the second wave, in the first year, I should say, even. I think they probably would have put 1 in each if they had more time to develop them, but I'm glad they did them right, because these are honestly 2 really solid figures, and I really do like them. For a lot of people, the basic figure is going to be plenty for Beast Morphers. You have more villains, you have the keys, all that. More to you. But for those of you that do want the extra edge on articulation, paint detail, accessories, Lightning Collection is the way to go. And to get the newest Rangers already into the line with the classic Legacy Rangers that we've wanted to see have new figures released is pretty awesome, because this collection is going to be grand and ever expanding into directions of the past and the present, which is really exciting, because some collector lines just ignore the current stuff when they put, you know, when they put out a line. It's like, oh, we're making stuff from the past, but that's all we're going to make because we're banking on nostalgia, not that, you know, maybe these fans that have been following the franchise all their lives are fans of the current show too. And I'm really glad to see that. This is definitely something that says to me that Hasbro is not taking anything off the table, that we have a good future ahead of us of, you know, current stuff, past stuff, stuff from other mediums. If rumors are to be believed, comics are not even off the table. Hyperforce may not be off the table. It's kind of exciting, because at this point, anything can happen, and that's the best thing. So overall, I'm really happy with the Beast Morphers Red Ranger. I'm really happy with Beast Morphers Gold, Mighty Morphin Pink, Magna Defender. So overall, I'm really happy with Beast Morphers Red. I really like Beast Morphers Gold. Mighty Morphin Pink is pretty nice as well, but overall, I mean, the winner is Magna Defender. This is the wave 2 of the Lightning Collection. You can start finding them in stores soon. A lot of online retailers list a September release date. Hasbro Pulse, if they don't have them in stock, should be getting them soon. Mine were pre-orders from Hasbro Pulse, which is why I did get them as early as I did. Some Walgreens stores have already started carrying these, which is awesome. And there's definitely more Lightning Collection in the future, so be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video. Also be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below which Beast Morphers Ranger you want next. Personally speaking, I want Beast Morphers Silver because I really like Steel. From the one episode I've seen him in the official airing of Power Rangers in the United States. So anyways, my vote's for Silver. What's yours? I hope we get more Beast Morphers Rangers so we can kind of complete the team before the show's over, because that would be super awesome. Also be sure to check out Ryan Dark643 on Twitter at Dark643. He does art commissions and other great stuff. He does a lot of great art for this channel, and I really appreciate his work. And check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for all your Power Rangers news and more, and also check out our editorial we did about the future of the Lightning Collection and ideas and theories that we have. It's a really cool read, especially when you're excited about the line as we are. Until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.